Welcome to Rugby Basics, your number one rugby channel. This is part 5 of the Scrum series, looking at dangerous play at the Scrum. By now you would have seen that most of the Scrum laws goes around the front row players. Now here's a few things that is not allowed in the Scrum front row players and that you can look out for when you're watching a rugby game again. So the first thing is, the front row's knees cannot touch the ground. The front row players are not allowed to scrum upwards. The front row players are not allowed to hyperextend. Hyperextend meaning that their whole body goes straight. They're also not allowed for the shoulders to go lower than their hips, which is also called hinging. So this looks like they're scrumming downwards. The front row players are not allowed to scrum inwards, so they are only allowed to scrum straight. They are also not allowed to pull the other front row players down. Then when the ball emerges from the scrum, you're not allowed to dive on it. The front row players are also not allowed to hold anyone. Normally this would be the scrummy when they pass by them. They would hold them back, and the scrum is not allowed to kick the ball inside the scrum. So let's say the defending scrum half runs here to stand and wait for the other scrum half. He's not allowed to put his foot in there and kick the ball out of the scrum. Then once the ball leaves the scrum, you're not allowed to push it back with your hands or feet. So if the ball is out of the scrum, it's out. You can't push it back in. Then any other player in the scrum is not allowed to play the ball in the tunnel. So once the ball goes here into the tunnel, only the front row players are allowed to hook it. The second row and back rowers are not allowed to play the ball if it's still in the tunnel. And then the scrum half at the back, when the ball becomes available, the scrum half is not allowed to make the other team believe that the ball is out. So making a dumbing pass or faking a kick or something like that, you're not allowed to do that. All three of these things will be a free kick. Remember, when a free kick infringement happens again, it'll be upgraded to a penalty. That was the last part of the Scrum series. Make sure to drop by and have a look at the Rugby Law playlist where we discuss all the rugby laws in rugby union. This is Rugby Basics saying cheers for now.
Talk to my hand, I don't wanna talk.